Two men are waiting in a line when a young man, wanting to get an advantage, goes straight to the front of the line. One of the men tells the young man to go to the end of the line. The young man explains that he is in a hurry because his brother is waiting outside. The men say that they are also in a hurry. The young man, mischievous, tells the men to relax. Then an employee opens the door and asks who arrived first, and the young man walks in front of the man who arrived first. In the office, the young man greets his boss. The mistress says that the young man will get paid, but first she would like to have a serious talk with him. Not only with him, but with the other employees as well. The young man asks what important subject the mistress wants to talk about. The mistress starts by saying that she wants to make some changes and improvements in the company. She says that she needs to know the opinion of each employee, because this will determine what changes need to be made. Then she asks the young man what he thinks about the company. The young man replies that, in his opinion, nothing needs to change or improve in the company. The mistress says that this is fine and asks the young man to sign the payroll. The young man signs the sheet while the mistress takes his salary from the drawer. Then she thanks the employee and hands him the payment. The young man thanks her and says goodbye to his mistress. Then one of the men waiting in line enters the boss's office. He greets his boss. The boss says that since she was talking to another employee, she wants to make some changes and improvements in the company. Then she says she needs to know everyone's opinion. And she asks what the man would like to see changed in the company, or if he has any suggestions. The man replies that he has nothing to complain about the company. He says that everything is fine and doesn't need any improvements. The boss says that everything is fine and asks the man to sign the payroll. The man signs the sheet while the mistress takes his salary from the drawer. Then she thanks the employee and hands him the paycheck. The man thanks her and says goodbye to his mistress. Finally, the last employee enters the boss's office. He greets the boss. The boss says that she had the same conversation with all the employees. She says that she wants to make some changes and improvements in the company. Then she says that she has heard everyone's opinion and all that is left is his opinion. She asks if the man has any suggestions or complaints about the company. The man replies that he has no complaints about the company, but that he would like to make a suggestion. He says that the company is growing too fast and that the space is getting small. He says that the boss could rent a bigger place and leave that space as a warehouse. In addition, he suggests outsourcing the deliveries because the demand is growing and they are not able to serve all the customers. Finally, he says that the cafeteria also needs renovation. The boss thanks the employee for his honest opinion and says that she will take note and analyze the feasibility of implementing the suggested changes. Then the boss asks the man to sign the payroll. The man signs the sheet while the mistress takes his salary from the drawer. Then she thanks the employee and hands him the paycheck. The man thanks her and says goodbye to his boss. Outside, the young employee is checking his paycheck when the second employee comes out and he says that he has received too much money. Then the man sees that he has also been overpaid. They celebrate. Then the third official leaves and says goodbye to the men. But they call him. They ask if his salary came with extra money. He checks and says that he also has extra money. The two say that they got along well and that they will spend it this weekend. The man says that he won't spend it because it's not his money and he has to give it back. The two say that the mistress won't even miss the money. The man says he needs to be honest. The two say that's why he's poor. But the man does not listen and goes back to return the money. The employee comes into the office and says that the boss gave him too much money. The boss explains that she did it on purpose because she wanted to do a test on the employees. She says that the employee is to be congratulated for being honest, reliable, and noble. She says that the other employees didn't even come back to return the money, so she already knows that the others don't have these qualities. She says that she uses this test to choose the new manager of the company. Then she says that he will be the new manager and congratulates him by shaking his hand. The man thanks her. She says that, unfortunately, the other employees will be laid off. The man says he even tried to warn her. So he returns the money and the mistress says he can keep it as a bonus. Then the man thanks her and leaves celebrating.